Hey guys, Vitalik's Videos here today. I've been using this Asus Vivobook for about 2 to 3 months, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 of my favorite features. Maybe I'll mention a few other things, but I want to hit on these 3 specific things to show you what I really like about this notebook. Before I get started, if you find anything useful in this video, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you leave me some comments, I'm going to try to reply as quickly as I can. If you have some questions about this notebook, ask me and I'll do my best to answer. So, without further ado, here are my top 3 things that I liked about this notebook. Number 1. First, I wanted to mention how good this screen looks. This is the first thing that stood out to me when I first started using this laptop. The display is phenomenal. It looks beautiful when you're editing videos or you're just sifting through YouTube videos that show 4K footage. I love that even though this display is very reflective, you can work around that by bringing up the brightness or bringing it down. The colors are very vivid and it's hard to show you on the screen through the camera lens, but if you look up close, you can tell that there's so much detail in each of those pixels on the screen that any 4K footage that you shoot and edit on this computer will be very noticeable. You want your picture or your video to look really nice, right? If you do a lot of edits like photo editing, maybe for photographers or for cinematographers, a display such as this one is something you should look for in a laptop. Number 2. Asus created this ProArt Creator Hub, which is an application that allows you to choose different settings for your notebook. You have your whisper mode, your standard mode, performance, and full speed mode. These come in very handy when you're doing your edits and your computer is being loaded to its fullest capacity. I'm not a computer whiz by any means, so I like this simple layout where I can choose different options for the work that I'm doing. Whisper mode might be something that you choose when you're in school and you don't want your laptop to start blowing its fans as much as it can. Standard mode might be something you use on a daily basis at home or at school or in the office, wherever. Performance mode is just that step below full speed mode, I guess. It stays quiet for the most part, but when you need, it gives you that extra power. Full speed mode, when I turn it on, the fans are just going to start blowing full blast. This is most helpful when you need a lot of power and you need things done quickly. This application also allows you to play around with your colors, which is not something I've played around with yet, but if you want, it's there. And it also allows you to use that function of the Asus dial. Honestly, I've not used it yet, and if I do, it would be more for applications like Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Premiere Pro or Audition. I just think it's a lot to set up. Maybe it's not, I just haven't looked into it, but it's not something I've used. If you are looking to get this notebook for this Asus dial, that's great, and here's an application that will help you set it up. Number 3. This is a small feature, and it might not be very significant to some people, but to me, it was pretty significant because it gives me peace of mind. Asus made it an option for you to close this shutter to give you more privacy, and that's something I really liked. What I don't get though is you have a button to shut down the camera right here. That'll shut it off, but then you also have this shutter that you can close that will shut the camera down. I don't know why Asus did that, but it's there. This feature might not be very significant to some people, but it's something that I chose because it gives me a sense of peace and privacy. So after using this laptop for about 3 months now, those are the 3 things that I really like. 2 other things that I'll mention real quick. I like that Asus gave you a fingerprint reader in the power button. I like it because I know no one can access my notebook when I'm away from it for a period of time. And when I open up the screen, I can just scan my fingerprint and it'll log on for me. And one last thing that I liked but didn't make it into my top 3 was this USB-C port. It gives me the ability to load my videos and photos into my notebook more quickly. Alright guys, thank you for getting through this entire video. I just wanted to mention before I go, I have some other videos about this Asus Vivobook notebook. If you're interested and you want to see an unboxing or a performance review, I'll link them in the description below, so take a look at those. Alright, see you in the next one.